Oh, it has that stupid auto zoom thing. Oh, that's annoying. Let me turn that off. Yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'm getting a workout.
I guess. Okay, let's try that. Okay, this is your liver. All right, this is the inferior vena cava. Okay. Now, the darker stuff here, this is the portal veins. The darker stuff here, the portal veins. Okay. Sometimes called the hepatic portal veins. You might see that as well, the hepatic portal veins. And the lighter ones that are coming directly off of the inferior vena cava, those ones are simply the hepatic veins. So you have the hepatic veins and the hepatic portal veins. Now, the hepatic portal veins are actually the ones that are sending the blood from the mesentery up back to the heart. Okay, so it comes through those portal veins. All right. You do also have the hepatic artery, which is here in red. Now, if you flip this guy upside down, I think it's a little bit easier to see. This is the gallbladder here. This red thing here is the hepatic artery. And then this, so if you get confused on the practical, just look underneath. You can't touch it, but you can like move your head around. Okay. So that thing is kind of purplish. That's your portal vein, hepatic portal vein. And then that's the color you want to follow up. So also you could just remember the veins that are going straight to, that make more of a direct path, I should say, to the inferior vena cava, those are your hepatic veins. The other ones that are not making such a direct route, that are coming from that bottom portal vein, those ones are a little bit more purple. So there's a couple different ways to remember that. Okay, so this is the abdominal aorta. The abdominal aorta is going to go down and it's going to split. Once this splits, it's no longer called the abdominal aorta. At this point, hopefully you remember from your regions and also your bones. Remember the ilium is here. This is your iliac region. So this is actually going to be your right and left common iliac arteries. Common iliac arteries. Okay. Now the common iliac arteries are going to branch into the external and internal iliac arteries. So these are the internal iliac arteries. And then these long ones here, the bigger ones here, would be the, right here. That would be the external iliac arteries. Before they branch, it's the common iliac arteries. Any questions so far there? Okay. Now, the reason why we care because the external iliac arteries are going to continue to go down and they're going to form your femoral arteries of the leg. The femoral arteries, also your femoral veins, go down the front of the leg. This is the femoral artery here. So this is the common iliac artery. The common iliac artery branches into, where'd it go? It branches into the interior, okay, and the exterior. So the exterior iliac artery continues down. After it crosses here, it becomes the femoral. This is the femoral artery. And right next to it, we've got the femoral vein. Okay. Just remember the popliteal vein and popliteal artery are going to be at the back of the knee. And they're deep. They're deep at the back of the knee. Okay. The dorsalis pedis is going to be on the foot. Okay. For the legs, it goes from the aorta, right? Ascending aorta, aortic arch, thoracic aorta, abdominal aorta, okay, to the common iliac artery, to the external iliac artery, to the femoral artery, to the popliteal artery, to the anterior tibial artery, to the dorsalis pedis artery. So here's your foot, okay? So here's your foot veins. Anything at the front here, okay? This is the anterior tibial veins. Any of these would be considered the anterior tibial veins in this class. That's what they're considering it. Now, at the back of the knee, deep inside the knee, this would be your popliteal vein, okay? Popliteal vein. And you have, this would be your femoral vein. Now the femoral vein branches off to another large vein here, okay? This large vein here that goes all the way down, sorry, I'm looking everybody's way, all the way down here, that entire thing is the great saphenous. Okay, so that whole thing is the great saphenous vein. All right, so in this pathway, we get the blood that's coming from the foot is going to either go directly from the foot to the anterior tibial vein, to the popliteal vein, to the femoral artery, to the femoral vein, and then the femoral vein goes to the external iliac vein, which goes to the common iliac vein, which goes to the inferior vena cava. You hate me yet? Okay. All right. Now, the other one that you need to know is this great saphenous. And the only thing special about that is the great saphenous just goes directly from the foot to the femoral vein. Okay, so it goes to the femoral vein from that leg model. For the veins, like as soon as we get to your femoral vein, okay, then so that's going to go up, and this is going to be your external iliac vein. Okay, this is your internal iliac vein. It does the same thing the arteries do. Okay? And then it's going to combine here. This becomes your common iliac vein. This is the common iliac vein on the other side. And then it combines to the inferior vena cava, which goes to the heart. Question.